Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? Brian Peterson. I've got Johnny here. What's up, Johnny? How's your neck?
Good.
How's your neck?
Good.
Because we're going to crank it today.
Very good.
All right, guys, check this out. Brian Ortega catches a triangle on Alexander Volkanovski. What happened? This is the breakdown. It just happened. I already did the guillotine video. If you guys have not seen it, go check out my guillotine video. And now let's go over that triangle. Some people are like, dude, you got the triangle. It looked tight. Why didn't it work? What was the defense? What could he have done better? What happened? So let's just go through what happened. And then we'll talk about details. So Johnny, you go to your back. You're going to triangle. So I'm Volkanovski. You know, I'm beating down John here. So as I'm throwing a lot of elbows and punches. Now just get your guard. Good. You're in close. Okay. I'm hitting and punching. And eventually, Ortega grabs with his right hand and then grabs the wrist and just does a simple stuffed triangle. Beautiful setup. Caught him clean. At first, you guys, I want you guys to see the shoulder. The shoulder's inside. We're not going to go into super great detail. I know John's not built quite like Ortega, but go ahead as he make a little bit better triangle. I know Ortega probably looked better. He grabbed the shin with the right hand. Grab the leg with the left hand, and then Volkanovski falls and lands right here. Now, as he's landing right here, Volkanovski's something like this, and he's putting pressure. So I might as well, I'm in this position, let me tell you guys what's going on here and why this even worked to begin with. Why didn't it just end? Part of it, this shoulder's still inside. You don't want this shoulder inside the triangle. Ortega has nice long legs, and he's able to lock a full triangle with the shoulder inside. Like, for example, with John, for John to make a true full triangle, he would need this shoulder to be gone. So, but either way, the shoulder's inside. As I'm leaning back, I'm putting pressure in this direction towards his feet. And that busts open the triangle. So we'll kind of go a little quicker now. Ortega realizes he's about to lose it. He starts to do a sit-up. He's trying to keep his feet crossed as long as he can because he wants to get the best advantage as he knows he's going to lose it. So he's got to get up in an advantage position and try to transition to something else. So then right here, watch. The right hand of Volkanovski grabs an underhook. As it pops out, he's trying to go belly down. Ortega hurries to the front and hip heists to the sprawl. As he's spinning around, Volkanovski gets up. He wanted to get the hooks in, but this hook right here never made it. The Volkanovski got up enough. You can't get that hook in now, huh? Nope. See that? So he pulls out the back door, and then Ortega falls over to his back, and then that's when the vicious ground and pound happened and ended round 3. Okay? So now we're going to talk about more of the details. So what about that shoulder? So go ahead, let's do the shoulder. Super important. Anybody who teaches good triangles, guys, is going to teach this. See, bring the camera to the front. So after he does a stuffed triangle right here, boom. When he gets his shin, grab his shin bone, and then he grabs under my leg, he wants to get my right shoulder out. Go ahead, can you do that? Okay. If you guys can see from the view of the camera, you can't, from right here, we need this view from the front. And if you guys can see, there's no shoulder. You should not see my shoulder at all. Go ahead and squeeze me, John. Right there. But if my shoulder's inside, you're going to notice a lot of guys can't even reach. I don't know if John can reach. He probably can't. With the shoulder inside? Nope. You can't reach, right? But even right there, as I put my shoulder inside, I have a little bit of room. Now just try to keep it. Grab your shin bone. Now underhook my leg. Now watch this, guys. As I fall, right there. Try to squeeze me. See that? I pull right here, and now you're getting tired.
It's gonna,
and I'm not.
A lot of strain on
there's so
knee.
Much pressure on the lock.
On the back too.
Okay. On one of my, go ahead and let this leg go real quick. On one of my triangle defense videos that I have on this channel, I've talked about, I'm not going to do it too hard, John, but I'm going to go that way. Go ahead and lock your triangle. One of the last resort triangle defenses is like this. As he's trying to hold the triangle, I go like this. See that? I fall on the triangle lock, try to squeeze, and now I walk forward as I arch my head backward, get in position to see this, and now my head's coming out. My head's coming out, and then boom, he can't stay attached to me. And it looks really, really similar to what happened in that fight. So the only difference being Ortega had the leg scooped, which is normally the control point that we all look for with the triangle. So we keep our angle, get our angle, and keep our angle. Now, so two things. Shoulder wasn't out, where you're just choking arm and neck, you know? The shoulder was in, that's a factor. And then we had a lot of pressure by Volkanovski on the triangle legs. That made it tough. But I would like to mention also, we have this reaction I talked about on my live. Why did, you know, come on. Let's say we're back in the triangle, just sit down on your butt. And then he gets me in the triangle like this. When the triangle pops out, and then, go ahead, come around here. As he rotates to the front, as you spin to my back, if you don't get the hooks, like even try to get the hooks, yeah, and then he doesn't get the hooks, John can just get out and run away. Now there's factors like fatigue. Ortega was obviously tired, but guys, that's not an answer. It's a reason, I guess you could say, of why he did it, but that doesn't make it good. You can't just say, well, I was tired, that's why I made that move, therefore it's reasonable. No, he went to his back, he pulled guard, essentially, and then took a massive beat down for like 25 to 30 seconds. Guys, that beat down could have been the end of the fight. It should have been, I don't even know if that's correct English, it's probably not, the end of the fight. So taking that beat down, again, I'm gonna say it, guys, I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt, I love jiu-jitsu, I'm also a wrestler. You don't want those reactions in your jiu-jitsu. That's one thing that happens from pulling guard. It's from the sport of jiu-jitsu. When we play guard with playful jiu-jitsu, we pull guard too much. That's a reaction. When he's tired, what does he fall back on? He falls back on what he's trained to do. He fell to his guard. Not needed. Any wrestler would have reacted by John, just go to your front, your hands and knees, for example. Let's say I'm in the sprawl on John, and I'm spinning to your back, and you start to tripod stand, and I throw here. As I come out, come behind me. Hand control, fight the hands, get out. Okay? You know, it's possible because of the chaos, he might have been able to just run out and never even have to fight the rear standing position. He might not even have had to do that. But rolling over to your guard was obviously like just really, really bad, especially in his fatigued state. So there's one last thing now. What could he have done different? And I want to talk about that. T-City, Ortega, is a triangle master. So that's why he stayed with the triangle. Let me get you one time, Johnny. So come on around here to the front. Okay, so I grab the head, I push the wrist, because he's throwing elbows. Boom, I'm throwing punches, I grab his wrist, whoop, and I go here. Now watch, I grab my shin, and then I lock as best I can. Again, John's a little bit kind of a thick guy. Now go ahead, John, like I've got a decent little triangle. He falls over. Guys, if you're like this, right here, there's a gap right here in Ortega's triangle. There's a gap, because that shoulder was inside. Now that John's created that gap, and I can't really squeeze, the floor is in the way. It's hard to squeeze. Volkanovski's hands were something like this and this. Look at these two. Instead of holding your shin and trying to squeeze, and put more pressure. Yeah, you see it? Push off your feet. Can you guys see that? Look, he's pushing off his feet and putting pressure on my legs. That's making it hard for me to squeeze. I can't squeeze. Now watch this. If I'm here, I'm immediately let go of your shin, attack the arm. Now look, my fingers, I'm gonna go right after the hand. His hands were not locked. If I can intercept the fingers, As he tries to lock his hands, it's too late. I'm gonna pull him, and now look, there comes an armbar, and look, you can't. You see how I'm taking your thumb, John, in this, and I turn your thumb like this. Try to pull your elbow out now. See how it won't move? Yeah. See how I'm holding your wrist? Now look, if I do this, start to pull your elbow out. You see that elbow coming? Go ahead, do that. Do it all the way. See his elbow come out? So watch this, guys. This is the anatomy of the human body in this position. If his hand's over here, that elbow angle can't rotate to cut that corner. Like try to turn in a circle to rotate your elbow out. Say you want to do that. Now if I pull, it's like a Kimura, right? Yeah. Try to pull your arm out.
I'm stuck.
Now look, now you gotta lock your hands. As I go into here, guys, look, I got a nice hug, and now he's in trouble. And I get the arm bar. Now, one of the things that John can do to avoid the arm bar is to come back in. So he was trying to get out of your triangle. So when I pull the arm, and I either arm bar with the triangle lock, or if it's coming undone, I'll cross over. John, when you feel, like just come back into me. Now look, I can then re-grip the triangle. And then, I'm sorry, and then before, I don't want to hurt John's neck. His neck's a little sore. Look at from the front right here. No, from the front. What happened is when John sat back up, I sucked him back in, no shoulder. No shoulder. It goes straight up arm. So now it's a real choke. So if it kind of put your shoulder inside, see that? And now fall backward, Johnny. See, he's messing up my triangle. So what do? Keep your arm like that. Yeah, like you're trying to hide. Yeah, now watch. As I control, and now I move my hip. Yeah, you don't want this, right?
No way.
You better come up before you get arm barred. And now look.
That
right,
ends up even tighter right
you
here.
You see that? Yeah. So when you do an arm bar, out of the triangle arm bar, oh, he comes back in, triangle. If a guy's coming in, you want to angle, and then you want to get it right on the neck. But these guys that love to back out of triangles, you want to attack the limb, okay? That'll make them go right into it. I mean, this works. I'm gonna let you do it to me so we don't get hurt. But this is a very important lesson for you guys. And I might as well dragging this video out pretty long. You'll get a triangle, it doesn't matter. So see this, guys? Look, let's say a guy goes like this. Sometimes a guy ducks his jaw and he's halfway out. So your triangle is no longer on his neck, but your triangle is on his face. Try to lock a triangle. But you squeeze.
There's nothing.
You're not gonna choke me out. So what do? You just arch? And I go in. I have to go in because it's gonna pop my elbow. But now you get my neck, now cut the angle. And it's good night, Irene. Okay?
That's good.
So that's what I would have recommended to do. Now, that's easy because I'm armchair quarterbacking it after the fight's over. I'm not the one fighting in the UFC for the title. We're just talking about the techniques so we can learn the chess moves so you know what to do if you're ever in these types of situations. Did you have fun, John?
That's good. I like the armbar transition.
Yeah.
It's always there.
We learn how to put those together. And I will say this again. I know that Ortega already knows that, right? But he's also tired. It's the excuse. But remember, when we fall in love with a move, like a triangle, or like knee bar, Mike likes the knee bar, we tend to just look for our move. And we think we can finish anybody with our move. And that actually holds us back from learning more things, becoming more well-rounded, learning more takedowns, not pulling guard all the time. Because you're already good at pulling guard. Let's learn some takedowns. Anyway, all right, guys, that's my more than 2 cents. That's my 3 cents.
Great fight regardless.
Yeah, amazing
Awesome
fight. I wish both of those fighters well. They're incredible. All right, guys, thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe. Share this video, please. If you guys want more of this stuff, please share this video so it gets more views, helps me out, and I'll be back next time with more great stuff. We're out. Bam! No funny jokes from the cameraman.
I was sitting here learning. It's good stuff.
That was good.
All right.